Alright, this is Elder Young One coming at y'all with another video. And the reason why I posted some of the UFO footage that they have on YouTube, the reason why I put some of that on my Facebook is because some of the UFOs that I seen in that video, I seen them for real and with my own eyes. That's why I went ahead and posted the little video on Facebook, on my Facebook page of the UFOs. And just something else to think about. I noticed we're getting a lot more UFO sightings here in the last couple of years than I've ever heard about. So why come we getting all these UFO sightings all of a sudden? Even though some of them are fake, I know a lot of the UFOs is fake. But you gotta think, why would they make fake UFOs? Were they trying to make us think that they all fake? Like UFOs are not real or something? Like there ain't no UFOs coming, it's all fake. Okay, I already done a video on UFOs a long time ago. All you gotta do is scroll down on my YouTube page, my YouTube channel. You're gonna see I done a video about the chariots of Yasharal. You know, but on this video, I'm going to be giving y'all scripture that proves that most of the Old Testament scriptures are pretty accurate. And pretty much everything that the prophet said is going to be accurate because we got proof today of that. All you gotta do is look at prophecies and see if you can see these prophecies coming to pass today. And these prophecies that I'm gonna read, they show that Negroes are the chosen people. These prophecies show that the Negro people are the ones who the scriptures was talking about. So I'm gonna get right into the scripture, and we're gonna look at the prophecy that we see today that refers to the Negroes being the Hebrews, because I had a guy try to tell me, said I need to do a video proving with proof that the Negroes are the Hebrews. Okay? But first I want to direct your attention to the book of Hosea. Let me turn there. We're going to go to Hosea, if I can get it. Hosea chapter 12, verse 10. And it says, I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. So we got to always go back to what the prophets said. Okay, a lot of these other books, they're interesting, they sound good, whatever, but we want to focus on what the prophets said. Okay, we're going to also go to 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 20. 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 20. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Yahudah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yahuwah your power, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper. So once again, we're seeing that we are told to believe what the prophets said. Now we're going to go to Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. We're going to go to Amos chapter 3 verse 7. It says, Surely Yahuwah, our power, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So the prophets, or how you're going to know the secrets, the prophets, that's how you're going to know the truth. That's how you're going to be able to get scripture, the truth about scripture revealed to you, how you're going to be able to better relate Old Testament scripture to this current day and time that we're living in right now, which is more important. A lot of people are getting caught up in stuff that already happened in the past. Nothing we can do about that. It done already came and went. We want to deal with right now. So now we're going to do we're going to go to Numbers chapter 23. starting at verse 9. And it says, For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Now this is talking about Jacob, and this is talking about Jacob and how that Balak, let's see, Balaam said unto Balak, Stand by the burnt offering. Yo will come to meet me. What's if you show me, I will tell thee. So he's trying to get him to curse him. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's what's going on. So Balak wanted Balaam to curse Jacob. But he says that the people shall dwell alone and shall not be reckoned among the nations. That was a prophecy that in the future these people will not be reckoned or counted among the nations. You can look that up in your Strong's Concordance, number 2803. It means counted. So everyone is going to be considered a nation except these people. Okay, Mexicans have a nation, that's Mexico. You got Chinese, they got China. Japan, Russians, you got Canadians, Americans, and Negroes are not Americans, by the way, who was brought over here on slave ships. But we're not Americans. We're not Africans because the Africans are the ones sold us. So Africa, they have a nation, nation of Africa. Egyptians have their own nation. Indians, India. I mean, everybody has a nation. They are counted or reckoned as a nation right now today. The only people that are not reckoned as a nation today is Negroes. Okay? All right, now we're going to go to, you can argue that if you want to, but anybody can see that Negroes is not counted as a nation. We had a nation in Africa. We had nigger, Niger. We used to live in a place called Niger, where all the Nigers come from. Okay, but it's not called that today. It was completely wiped out. Even all of the maps was changed, and we no longer have that place. That was where we went to when we left the Holy Land. We fled from Jerusalem, and we went over into Africa. Okay, because we were like the Ethiopians, so we could blend in with them real easy. But the Ethiopians, of course, turned on us, and they sold us to Edomite slave traders. And so did some of our own people. We sold ourselves, just like it said in Deuteronomy 28:68. So yeah, some of our people turned on us, and we were sold. Right now, today, we can see that we are not counted as a nation. Now we're going to go to Deuteronomy 4:27. Uh, Deuteronomy chapter 4, starting at verse 27. It says, And Yahuwah shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whether Yahuwah shall lead thee. Okay? Right now, Negroes are scattered amongst all nations. No matter where you go, there's Negroes. There are even Negroes in like Crete. I didn't even know that. I done a YouTube search and I found black people living in Crete. The island that's right in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea over in the Middle East. There are black people living over there. Negroes. There are Negroes in London. There are Negroes in France. There are Negroes in Germany. There are Negroes in Spain. Negroes in Russia. Negroes in Australia. I know a couple of them. Negroes in China and Japan. This is one black lady, Negro, stays in China. There's a very famous commercial actor, black man, stays in Japan. So Negroes is everywhere. And if you notice, everywhere where you see Negroes, they are the fewest amongst the people where they're living at. They are the minority. I know you heard that word before, minority. Okay, that's talking about Negroes. We're the fewest, no matter where we go. You can go anywhere, any nation, you're going to see Negroes, but they're going to be the fewest, and most likely they're going to be staying in the poorest parts of the neighborhood. All you got to do is cross the tracks. You're going to run into some Negroes. Look for the liquor stores, look for the pawn shops, look for the nightclubs. You're going to see Negroes. All right? So, yeah, not only that, we got verse 28, And there you shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear nor eat nor smell. So now we're looking at how that we are the main ones that are worshiping Christianity, That's the wood, wooden cross, and the Mecca cobblestone. You got blacks, Negroes that want to be Muslims. Okay, so we got Christianity and Islam that we're worshiping. All right, in verse 29 it says, "But if from thence thou shalt seek Yahuwah thy power, thou shalt find him if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul." And that's what we have to do as a people, as Negroes. We have to seek him with all our heart, with all our soul. And we can't be doing this for show. We can't be doing this just to try to make friends, get subscribers, or make money. All that's got to go out the window. And that's what I try to do. Get this over here. But yeah, that's what I try to do. I learned a long time ago that I can't worry about what people think about me, what people say. You're not gonna please everybody. Everybody's not gonna like you. So I really don't care what people think about me. It's all about seeking Yahuwah, and I just want to know the truth. And since I've been just seeking for the truth, I've been getting a lot of things revealed to me that I used to would never be able to see because I was so worried about people and what they thought. So since I've pretty much done away with all of that, worrying about people and what they think and whatever, I've been able to see a lot more clearly. Verse 30, it says, "When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days." So this is talking about now. This is talking about the latter days. So, and we're going through this tribulation. We've been going through it for over 400 years. Okay, so now he's waiting for us to seek him and to turn to him with all our heart. But yeah, this is talking about Negroes. There's no doubt about it. So we're the only people that were scattered amongst all nations. Okay. And we're worshiping wood and stone right now. We got Negroes as Christians and we got Negroes as Muslims. Okay, that fits us perfectly like a glove. But anyway, moving right along. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 7. It says, let me go there. Yahuwah did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. So if you look at the Negroes of today, we're the fewest amongst all people. There are more Chinese people than us. There are more white people than us. There are more Mexican people than us. Mexicans, they got their own landmass, Mexico, and then they even have Mexico City in the United States. So yeah, fewest amongst all people, not just amongst the Americans, amongst all people. I mean, everywhere you go. All right. Let's see. So that means we're the minority. So now we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 15. Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 13. And it says, "And when thou sendest him out," wait a minute, that might be the wrong one. Might have been 14. Let's see. I think I wrote that one wrong. I have to look for that one. That's Deuteronomy 15, 13, and 14. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong verse. I'm going to skip that one because I don't want to give you the wrong verse. So I'm going to skip that one. We're going to go to Leviticus chapter 26, verse 17. Sometimes I write the wrong chapter because my Bible got really small print. And I'll think I'm in one chapter and I'm really in another one. So somewhere in the book of Deuteronomy, verse 13 and 14, talks about who being a stranger in a land that's not theirs and afflicted for 400 years in a land that's not theirs. And the point that I was going to make with that was that that's another reason how you know that Native American Indians are not Hebrews, because this was their land and they was afflicted in their own land. They weren't brought to a land that was not theirs. Okay, they was afflicted right here. So they was afflicted in their own land, but we were brought to a land that was not ours and afflicted. And that was the point that I wanted to make. But I don't remember where that chapter is. I don't know how I wrote 15. I guess I'm getting old. But Leviticus chapter 26, verse 17. We're going to go there. Maybe some of y'all might find that verse and you can leave it in the comment section. Can't find it right now. Because I need to get a Bible with bigger print. Because I'm not going to put my glasses on yet. I tried that. I think I look stupid with glasses on. So I had to take the glasses off. Leviticus 26 and 17. It says, "And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and you shall flee when none pursueth you." So this also applies to Negroes. It could apply to other people because the Edomites are reigning over everybody right now. But as y'all know, the Edomites had a very, very, strong hatred for Negroes. And of course, they're reigning over Negroes right now. So this also applies to Negroes. It could apply to other people, but also apply to Negroes. We got Exodus chapter 10, verses 12 through 15. Exodus 10, 12 through 15. Yahuwah told Moses to stretch his hand out over Egypt, and the locusts going to come on the land, eat every herb of the land, and all that the hell left. And Moses did that, and the locusts came, ate up everything. Verse 14, the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they before them. There were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. So it ain't going to be no locusts like in the book of Revelation, because it says after this, there ain't going to be no more like this. So the book of Revelation, that's just another something to show you that that's a lie. Verse 15, "For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they did eat every herb of the land, and all the trees and everything else." That's why when you look at Egypt today, right now you can go on Google Earth. I got a map here, but it don't want to show up. So I guess I won't show you that. But yeah, you can go on Google Earth and look at Egypt right now, and you're gonna see that all of Egypt, it still looks like dirt and rocks today. The only place where there's greenery at in Egypt is where the children of Yasharal was, where our forefathers were, who was given the land of Goshen. And in the land of Goshen, that still had your greenery and everything. And that's why, because that shows that this actually happened. Okay, Egypt is still the same today. You can go right now, you're gonna see a bunch of dirt, rocks, dust, and sand everywhere, because the locusts ate everything up that the hail and didn't destroy. So that's just more proof that that actually happened, and also that the Book of Revelation is a lie, because it's telling you it's going to be these locusts when it said that they're never going to be like that again, ever. So now we got Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 25. And that just talks about us being in all kingdoms, and all you have to do is just ask the question, what race of people is in all of the kingdoms right now today? And you're gonna see that that's Negroes. Negroes are in pretty much everywhere. They are. We've been scattered everywhere. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29. Who was oppressed and still not saved today? Let me go to that one. I'm gonna read that one. Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting at verse 29. Let me find it. 28 and 29. It says, "And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee." So everyone else that I see are prospering. They're prospering in their ways. Arabs can come over here from somewhere else and come to America and prosper. They can own gas stations. They can own superstores. Okay, Jamaicans can prosper. Uh, Indians can prosper, own casinos and banks. Okay, Mexicans can prosper. They actually have their own currency, the peso. They have banks and they can lend money and whatnot. But seem like Negroes are the only people that can't prosper in their ways. The only way a Negro could possibly prosper in their ways, well, we're coming out of the 400-year prophecy now, so Yahuwah's starting to bless his people. But before that, the only way a Negro could be blessed in his ways is if he sold out and became the Edomite trick, if you will. But yeah, so, and it says that no man shall save thee. So even after the supposed death of this made up character they call Jesus, we still didn't get saved. Everyone else got saved, but we didn't. After the supposed death of this character they made up in the New Testament, we were still enslaved, put on slave ships, brought to America. We was lynched, we was hanged, whipped, beat, burned alive, you name it. Our women was being raped, and we was running for our lives. Underground Railroad. Come on now, y'all help me out. There was a lot of stuff we went through because we did not get saved. We're still stuck over here in America right now and in different other nations. We have not been brought back to our own land, and they have not yet taken us back to where they got us from. So that tells you right there when it says no man shall save thee, it had to have been talking about Negroes. Because everyone else can pretty much just go back to where they come from. Everybody except us. We don't even have nowhere to go. Can't go to Africa. Africans know the difference between us and them. They know we're not them. They're gonna call us a kata, and they're gonna treat us just as bad as they treat the white people over there. So yeah, you got to know that. You got to know that you're not African. You're not uh, Ethiopian. You're not Egyptian. Just because you got brown skin, don't mean that you're African. You know, and that's just silly to me. And I'm gonna move right along though. All right, so we got that one out the way. Deuteronomy 28:29. Who is oppressed and still not saved today? So yeah, not even Jesus could save us from slavery. So I don't know why our people still calling on the slave ship Jesus when that didn't save us. We still got lynched and hung and whipped and beaten, and we're still not even brought back to where we came from, where they got us from. So now we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Go there. Isaiah 3 and 16. All right, and it says, moreover, Yahuwah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet, talking about the daughters of Zion. Okay, that's what it says. Therefore, Yahuwah will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahuwah will discover their secret parts. Now, what that means is the daughters of Zion had to be Negro women. These had to be Negroes because right now, today, Negro women are the only women that cannot grow long, thick hair that can cover all of their secret parts. So this fits Negroes perfectly. Now, I know some women probably want to argue that, and I really hate when women get offended when I mention this scripture. But it's just more proof that this is talking about Negroes. It's just more proof that this is talking about us as a chosen people. That this was written to us. I mean, I have not yet seen a Negro woman that can grow hair long and thick and can cover her breast, her vagina, and her butt, and you can't see nothing. I mean, I haven't seen it. Now, if you know a woman that's a Negro, not a mix, not mixed with Indian or something. I'm talking about a Negro woman that's got hair like wool, like what I got, with no perm in it, nothing like that, and if her hair growing long and thick and cover her secret parts, like the scripture says, then we can just stretch that one out. Say, oh, that's not talking about Negroes. It could be talking about anybody. But right now, as far as I see, this is talking about Negroes because it says that, he want to discover their secret parts. And right now, just about every other race, I've seen Indian women that can grow long, thick hair that can cover their secret parts. Uh, Oriental women can do it. White women can do it. Never seen a Negro woman do it. So that just proves that the Negro women are also the chosen people of the Most High, not just the men. So I was trying to make that a good thing, but apparently some of the women out there kind of got offended by it. The last time I done a video on that verse. Of course, now I pretty much don't care, but it's just the idea that I'm not trying to bash black women. I love my sisters. So I married one, so Yeah. But anyway, now moving right along. Now we're going to go to Jeremiah 13 and 23. And like I say, these are scriptures that, it just helps further prove that this is talking about Negroes. It have to be talking about Negroes. It's the only other people that I can see that it's talking about. But we're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 23. We'll go there. Jeremiah 13 and 23. It says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to doing evil." So the reason why it mentions the Ethiopian is because we're like the Ethiopians. We look just like Ethiopians. So it uses the Ethiopians as an example, further proving that we're not Ethiopians. We're not Africans, y'all. And if you want more proof of that, you can go to Amos chapter 9, verse 7. So we'll go to Amos chapter 9, verse 7. Amos chapter 9, verse 7. As soon as I find it. There it is. It says, "Are ye not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Yasharal?" So right there it's telling you that they're like the Ethiopians. Okay? There you have it. And we got Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. We'll go there. Jeremiah 14 and 2. I know a lot of y'all heard this verse. It says, "Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish." It's talking about Yahudah, the tribe where Negroes come from. It says, "Yahudah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground." In other words, they're black like the ground. All right. So, and these are the people that was living in Jerusalem, which they call Jerusalem. This is where they were living at the time that was written. So we're like all shades of ground. You got real dark topsoil, then you got brown dirt, light brown muddy dirt, red clay dirt. I mean, there's all kind of brown colors of the ground that uh, the tribe of Yahudah looks like. All right. We got Lamentations chapter 5 verse 10. We can go there. Just more proof that this is talking about Negroes and nobody else. It's all about Negroes. It's always been about Negroes. It's been about us the whole time. All right, Lamentations chapter 5, verse 10. It says, "Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine." And you know when Negroes stay in the sun for a long time, their skin get darker. Our skin get lighter during the winter time when there's not much sunlight. I get lighter during the winter. I get darker during the summer. All right. So who else skin is black? And you got to add all this up together. And so far, there's only one race of people that fits all of these. All right. So then we got Ezekiel chapter 22, verses 15 through 16. I'll turn there right quick. Ezekiel 22, 15 through 16. It says, "And I will scatter thee among the heathen, and disperse thee in the countries, and will consume thy filthiness out of thee." So that's what happened to us. We were scattered and dispersed into the countries, and he's trying to get rid of the wickedness out of us during this time. All right, verse 16, "And thou shalt take thine inheritance in thyself in the sight of the heathen, and thou shalt know that I am Yahuwah." So now Negroes are the only people that are claiming to be Hebrews in the sight of all the other nations. All the heathens, they're seeing this on YouTube. They're seeing us on street corners. They're seeing us everywhere talking about we're Hebrews, and they're going, "What? Why are y'all calling yourself Hebrews? The people are already over there." But they're not claiming their inheritance among the nations. They're claiming their inheritance in the land of Yasharal. Okay, so that could not possibly be talking about them. We're having to claim our inheritance among the heathens. That's where we're living at right now. All right, it says in the sight of the heathens. Okay, so these heathen people, whose nations that we're in, they're seeing us claiming our inheritance, claiming who we are. And we're saying that we're Hebrews of Yasharal, that we're waking up, that we're the chosen people, that these scriptures was talking about us. That's what I'm doing right now on YouTube. I'm claiming my inheritance among the heathens that's seeing me on YouTube saying I'm a Hebrew, of Yasharal, and that this was talking about me and my brothers and sisters that's like me. Okay? Hosea chapter 3, verse 4. We'll go there. Hosea chapter 3, starting at verse 4. For the children of Yasharal shall abide many days without a king and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod. So we're the only people that don't have a king. We don't have no king over us. Barack Obama's not our king. Okay, he's the president of the corporation called the United States of America. He's not even a Negro. Okay, he comes from Kenya. He is African. Remember, we are like the Ethiopians. We look like them, but Obama don't have big lips like I do. He don't have a broad, wide nose like I do, and his hair is not nappy like mine is. My hair, I got very thick, nappy hair. Okay, if you've seen any of my pictures on Facebook, you know this is the real deal here. This is the real nigga hair right here, okay? This ain't fake. This is all real right there. Real nigga hair. Okay, Obama don't grow hair like this. All right, and it says, afterward shall the children of Yasharal return and seek Yahuwah, the mighty one, and Dawid, their king. We're not going to be seeking no Jesus, no Yahweh, no Yahushua, none of that. A real Hebrew knows the difference. He's going to know that he need to be seeking Dawid because Dawid's going to be resurrected from the dead. I already done video on this. You can just go back and look at my Real Son of God videos. All right. But yeah, we got that. Then we got Zechariah chapter 10, verse 9. I'll go there right quick. Zechariah 10 and 9. Zechariah chapter 10, verse 9. And it says, and I will sow them among the people, and they shall remember me in far countries, and they shall live with their children and turn again. And that's what we're doing right now. We're remembering Yahuwah. We're remembering who he is in far countries, like America, okay, like China, Japan, London, France, Germany. Negroes is everywhere, and we're starting to remember who we are. And it's videos like this one that you're looking at that's helping them to remember. All you got to do is go back to the Old Testament script. That's the Book of Remembrance. It was written for us, people like us, who call on his name. Okay. I got scripture for that. I think that's in Malachi, but I'll get to that. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 7. All right. It says, Yahuwah shall also save the tents of Yahudah first. They call it Judah, but it's actually the tribe of Yahudah. Okay, so that's the first tribe that's going to be saved. It's the tribe of Yahudah because we're the tribe that's been scattered in the lands of all the other nations. All right, so we need to be saved from these other nations. These other nations don't need to be saved. They're already in their nation. Okay, so that fits Negroes right there. All right, and we got Zechariah chapter 14, verse 14. It says, and Yahudah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and whatnot, because there are other people occupying the land of Jerusalem right now. They're occupying that city. They're in the Holy Land. When we go over there, they're not going to want us Negroes over there. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a war, and it's going to be at Jerusalem, which they call Jerusalem. So, and that's why the Most High gonna have to empower us, and that's why sometimes you see these Dragon Ball Z cartoons talking about how Negroes gonna have superpowers. That's why. I mean, because there's gonna be a war, and it's gonna be at Jerusalem. We're gonna have to fight to get our land back. And then we got Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. It says, then they that feared Yahuwah spake often to one another, and Yahuwah hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared Yahuwah and that thought upon his name. A book of remembrance. That's the Old Testament script. They call it the Old Testament, but it's the book of remembrance. That's how we're remembering who we are and what we have to do when we read the Old Testament script. Then they threw that New Testament in there to try to fool us and fake us out and say, oh, don't worry about the Old Testament now. Just believe in Jesus Christ or whatever. Okay? But we know better because we know that we need to read the book of remembrance. Okay? So, yeah, if you have to, go back, watch the video again. I'm giving y'all the scriptures. It's showing y'all that this has to be talking about Negroes, y'all. But you got to look at all of the scriptures, put them all together, and you got to ask yourself, right now today, what race of people fit all of those scriptures? Okay, the only people that fit all of those scriptures is Negroes. Okay, bottom line. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. This Elder Young One with proof that the Negroes are the Hebrews. There ain't no doubt about it, y'all. Just go back and look at those scriptures. Ask yourself, who do those scriptures fit? Obviously, they fit Negroes. All right.